took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. Don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rains, no sleep. Every day I work my thumb. I don't get to take off. The haters get up. I'm ready like lift off. I've never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds. Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live. I don't know what these mad for. I decided to do it. Got a really big bag for it. At your mama crib and getting money, you gotta ask for it. Tired of complaining. I got up and changed my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day these hey, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it. Ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Rams. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo. 2 Lobo.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
I'm here all day. Watch tight, tight end right. Watch tight, tight end right.
On 2nd down, Newsom, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Here we go.
Lauletta now to throw it. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Down. 50. Plant. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Lauletta. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Check it back. Check it back. X3. 218. Jump. Snap.
Lauletta. He's got Smith here. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on it.
No, it's out. Smith lost it. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week, 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Locke. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready! 50, Mike, 50. Go ahead. Watch the pass. Check 43. Spons.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch twist.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
I'm coming after you.
From the gun, here's Locke. This is caught. It's Cooks. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Watch the screen. Check 50. Reggie. Check 52. Ready.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Check out. 540. Check. What? Hey, check. Tight end right.
From the gun on third down, Locke. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get, and then the players and the coaching staff.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third.
Let's get off the field, G. Let's get off the field, G.
From the gun, here's Lauletta. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
Let's go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Luck. And that's complete to Cooks. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mike up. 90.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Luck. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Go. 674.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Bring it up. Ready! Watch the run, watch the run. March 54.
Third and long. It's locked. He gets it to Cooks. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Kendall Beckwith on the stop.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. 6-0 our score after one. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Lauletta. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, it's Lauletta. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Lauletta. And that is incomplete. Tight end Herb Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Throwing on 3rd down, Lauletta. And he's able to find Diggs. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 40. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Lauletta. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
At their own 7-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And their two drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting sixes on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Here we go. Here we go. 12.
Hey, watch that. Check my sliders.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here I come.
Here's Gurley. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On second down, this is Harris. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Switch.
This is Homer. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check. 11.
50, Mike, 50.
They'll try the air now with Locke. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Locke. Open man is got it. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Watch here. Strong right.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stock troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
It's just me and you.
Now Gurley. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where it came from.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will make our score 9-0. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now here's Lauletta. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike.
Lauletta to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Aaron Donald. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
They'll run this with Homer. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Love. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been actually a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
On the ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Rams have got it back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
On first down, it's Gurley. Shoves him aside. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 15-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Luck. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kahale Waring, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Santos with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coach.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Walletta now to throw it. And Diggs has it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
28. Mike, 28.
Get it.
Out of the gun, Loletta. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We call it sack block.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check out. 40. Come on.
Here's Locke. Completes this to Waring. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Going on the ground with Homer. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Mike 50. Watch a slant. 11 feet. Hey, 50.
On 2nd and 12. Locke. Complete. Smith has it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart. Valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Key to tight end.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Love. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this has not been their best half so far. They're down double digits already and now forced to operate from inside their own 5.
And what they have to do now is not curse their fate as much as focus on the task at hand. Inside their own 5-yard line, they've got to be careful of taking care of the football and not turning it over for the defense to score additional points.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 6-yard line.
Ready? 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Lauletta dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep. Yep. Motion. Nice 57. Big grip.
Going to give this time to the tailback. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 17, Lauletta looking here for Smith downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Lauletta. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Samson Abukum has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. He'll take it at the 42. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
I got you. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Reggie. Bang.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Travis Homer, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
At the 30-yard line.
You ready?
57 to Mike. Here we go, here we go.
Now a give, right side. Dickerson. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down.
Go, go.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Go.
Walletta, he'll look to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down, Vikings.
Ready?
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
Check 25.
Shoot. On the ground, this is Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to turn their ears back and get after him now.
Put him on the buttons. Let's put that team on the buttons.
Now a play fake, and it's Walletta. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Intercepted. The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
John Wright.
Joker. Check safety.
On the jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
The Rams on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Love. Going left side, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
You go tight. You got tight.
Gurley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Luck now to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Again they run with Gurley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Rams on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Love. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Watch his slant.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
There's been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. and it's not looking good for them here.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Right, 40! Monday.
Now it's Gurley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. No. Off. Shift. Watch the shift.
Another carry now for Gurley. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Rams on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
4th down and 1.
Set, ready? 15 line. We own now. Ready?
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line.
Set up. 30 base.
Here in the middle. 55. I'm going to run you over. Mike 55.
Big grip.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lauletta going deep for and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Check out. 5-2-7.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, watch the slant.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On second down now, it's Harris, and he gets it down to the 32. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hatchet, hatchet. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
On second down, it's Harris. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Yo, big head, big head, big head. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Back.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here.
Ready, 18, Gator.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Bandit, bandit.
So the LA Rams with a victory here, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Rams, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.